Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. About 10 years ago, I was teaching this at Yogascape in Carmel, New York, reminding people that everybody will get what they pray for most. Every heart will get what you pray for most. So I'm on fire for spirit. For this I came, even though I may not be able to articulate or explain it in a way that satisfies anybody else. I'm having a hard time having it satisfy myself. But I've come to accept the fact that organized religion is the banana peel, and spirituality is the banana. And sometimes organized religion prevents religious experience, especially in the exoteric versions, where the mysticism behind the deep theology is often not given to the masses or the laity. It's something you have to pursue yourself. But the path is like a magnet. It draws you, and once you understand that the most valuable players you have are your body, your breath, and your mind, then you start thinking a little bit differently. I'm not a fan of what I call yoga apartheid, that you somehow think that you're better than or further along the path than other people who are not doing practices or thinking this way or talking this way or congregating this way or eating lower on the food chain or making less a carbon footprint or whatever. Or as one of my teachers says, especially for our country to understand this, there are no white people, there's only white thinking. If you go back a few generations, none of us can really claim to be pure Caucasian, whatever that is. We're all a mixed race. There's only really one race, the human race. And 4 types of students, it's up to you to determine how far or how fast you want to go on this path. You can be dull, take it or leave it. You can be average, you know it's important, and you kind of include it as one of the things in your life. You can be really keen, wow, I'm totally all over this. And you can be supremely enthusiastic where you realize it's a lifestyle, not just a practice, not just something you do. But to find your svadharma, your own path to optimum unfolding, means you have to accept the fact that there's ups and downs, because initially a lot of the choices we're making are tinged with ignorance and aggression. So of course it's going to affect the way we experience the consequences of the sequences we lay down. And if you realize it was probably a hurdle race rather than a sprint, you wouldn't be so upset when an obstacle comes in your way and you have to jump over it or move around it, instead of just like plowing straight through with all the speed you can. And of course, one of the things that helps you do it is you have to face the shadow aspects of yourself. Because unless you can draw close to your own darkness and know it, you'll never be disillusioned. And no one wants to be disillusioned, but that means you don't want to be woken up from the illusion, the spell, the enchantment. So at some point you got to commit yourself to the willingness to see that. And that means you got to get tougher. Like they say, when a tree is first growing, it has to put up a hard bark on the outside for the first winter. Otherwise it doesn't make it. So you got to shield yourself, not only from other people's toxins, but even from the discovery of the stuff within yourself that may turn you off and make you feel like, I don't want to know this. I don't want to see this. But then you have no future. You're just a repetitive pattern of habits. That's why I always say pattern recognition is so important. Do you see what you do habitually again and again? Also, for those of us who are continuing to age, there's new limitations, not only on your body, but on your mental focus, and even on life itself. Once you realize more of your life may be behind you than ahead of you. So carpe diem, seize the day. And I hope that your yoga practice helps you find out that you got clout, you got power. Even though there may be a period of trying out things and making mistakes and learning that, okay, the road to wisdom is to err and err and err again, but less and less and less. So I hope you find your own revelation that takes you into, sometimes they call it the void. Beautiful definition. The void is intrinsically empty, ceaselessly transforming, and naturally radiant. May you all blossom into that.